Well, in 1968, there were 657 people that met for a town hall meeting to discuss who all wanted to be a city. And I think, if I remember correctly, there were 6 that were against, and so you had 651 that were for it.
The first petition was turned down because some way, and I forget the exact wording, that Judge Porter ruled against the first petition because of the way it was signed. At that point, we took the petition around and had people to sign it. So the next time, we actually opened up an office in Mr. James Netherland's accounting office. People came in and signed the petition.
Instead of me wanting somebody to steal them and do away with them, I carried them. I was music director at a church over there on the Old Brandon Road, and so I would carry them with me wherever I would go every day, to the church, to different places, because I didn't want anybody to steal them and burn them.
So it was turned down twice in the lower court. Kind of remarkable to me when you think back. I was sitting in my office, in the accounting office, and working for the power company when I got a call from Mr. Billy Bacon, the city attorney. Back in 1973, I believe it would have been in June, that the Supreme Court had overruled the lower court and that we were now a city. So I didn't know whether to faint and get up and run or what to do. I had no earthly idea.
Pearl had the first Pearl Day that we celebrated in corporation. No one else around, no other city around us had ever had a day for their town.
One thing I remember about it, we were going to shoot the fireworks off ourselves, and the firemen up there put them in the wrong place, and they're just all around us. Instead of shooting up, they was exploding everywhere. It's the biggest mess you can ever imagine. I remember that about it.
And I can remember as a small child cornfields that are now subdivisions or later on made subdivisions. And it's just a dramatic improvement in our city. It really is, and I think we made remarkable progress. But I think everybody was committed to doing it, and that's what helped do it.
I started at Pearl PD in 1974 and spent 23 years, well 19 years actually, with the Pearl Police Department. Made it all the way up to operations captain. We was at the trailers up the road up here, and we didn't have very many patrol cars, but we came in on the midnight shift one afternoon, and we had 2 patrol cars. One of them was broke down, so 3 of us had to ride in one patrol car. And as we got the calls for service, we would just drive it around and drop one out and leave and go to the next one, come back when we could and pick up the guy that we had dropped out. So it's come a very long way from that.
From a city perspective, 50 years is a fairly young city. But man, the things we've done in that 50 years have been something.
The school district is the city of Pearl. You know, so goes the school, so go your city, because people move in for your schools. And that's like just today, you and I discussed a while ago about Pearl being #1 in the state of Mississippi for sports. And who would ever thought that one day our high school could be known for #1 in all sports.
Good evening, football fans, and welcome to Pirate Country.
I still get emotional because we were married 68 years. And in that 68 years, we were so proud of everything of Pearl. And we really worked hard, you know, to help accomplish some of the things that have been done. And Ray being in the legislature really came in handy. Trustmark Park.
When I drive by and see that, first off, I think it's unbelievable that it ever happened. During the whole process of doing that project, there was 1,000 ways that thing could have fell through, and it never happened. It was on matchsticks a lot of time. But for whatever reason, it just kept progressing along until finally we convinced the Braves that they needed to come, and the Bass Pro Shop along about the same time decided they would come here. So I understand we were competing with everybody in the state over the Bass Pro. It was a lot of people shocked outside of Pearl that happened.
I boast a lot of times about Pearl. For the last 10 years, have had the only professional baseball team in the state of Mississippi. We've got the only Bass Pro store in the state of Mississippi. And now we've got the largest outlet mall in the state of Mississippi. And the sky's the limit from here on.